What's up, guys? JR Raymond here, and I'm inside a bowling alley. I don't even know where I'm at. I'm somewhere in Vernon Hills, one of the shops. I don't know. I'm somewhere. We're going to talk real quick today about how to fix your drift or your wander, whichever way you go. I'm not sure which way you go, but we're going to talk about that when I get back. So when we're talking about drift or wandering with your feet one way or the other, most people don't realize why they do it. A lot of people actually stand up on the approach, they look at their target, and then they try to guess based on where they're standing, what they're looking at, where they think they need to stand, and where they think they need to finish to be able to throw the ball where they want it to go. What actually happens is people end up lining up improperly. Most people, if you're right-handed, you end up moving too far left and standing too far left in the beginning of the approach, and you start to walk back to the right to get back in line with where you need to be. And most people don't understand why. Well, it's because of the perception of the lane. When you look at where you're lined up back behind on the back of the approach compared to now if you walk up and stand in the same spot where you're lined up, your eyes completely change, and if you were to hit the target you're looking at and finish where you actually start, you have no chance of going on that intended target line that you're trying to go to. So let's move around a little bit here and I'll show you exactly what I mean. All right, so when we're lined up on the lane, we're trying to get from a specific spot to obviously a second point down lane. So if we want to go, let's call it straight up 10, most people, they would try to line up and say, okay, this looks about right. If I stand right here, now my feet are on about 23. If I hit 10, it's gonna go pretty much straight up 10, but here's the problem. So now we walk up, and when we get up here, now look, 10's way to the right of us, right? I'm still on 23 with my feet, but now 10 is to the right of us. So now what happens? Now we have to walk right, because as we start to walk up through the approach, nothing looks the way it looked back here. So even though it looks good back here, your mind, your perception, and what you see changes. So as you start to walk up this way, 10 starts getting further right. So you actually start walking further right to finish where you actually need to finish. Now you finish on 17 or 18, and now you're in good shape. Now you can actually play up 10. So we need to try and figure out where our feet need to be in order to make sure we can walk straight. And the opposite happens for the people who walk left. They actually, most times they start too far to the right and it looks shut down. So it's gonna be hard to get used to trying to get your feet in the right alignment and not get yourself to walk right or be able to walk a little bit straighter. So again, let's try that again. So from 15, if I want to go 15 to 5 or so, I'm going to line up and I'm going to think, okay, I'm going to say right about, I'm going to keep moving left, right about here. I feel like if I hit 15, it looks like if the ball hits 15, if I draw a straight line, it's going to go to 5 from right here. My feet are at like 33, okay? So now we'll walk up here. As we walk up here, you can see, oh, it's getting steeper, it's getting steeper, and it's getting steeper. Now, I got my feet at 33, right? I'm right on 33. In my vision, if I hit 15 from this angle, it's going in the gutter. And that's a big problem. So what do? So from back here, we line up where we think it looks okay in the back. We're line up at 33 here, it looks fine here. So what do? As we move forward, we see it starts getting steeper, our steps start going to the right, and we start going back to where we actually need to be in order to get the ball to go 15 to 5. Now you see we finish quite a bit further right, 4 or 5 boards at least. Now we're up here, it looks like we would actually go 15 to 5. So there's some issues that people have with their feet wandering left or right based on being improperly lined up. All right, so what most people don't even realize is that the reason they walk left or right or they drift left or right, it's not because they have the inability to walk straight, it's mostly because they line up improperly. So that has to do with the rule of 7. And I'll explain that here for just a real quick second, give you a quick explanation. The rule of 7 is actually, if you're trying to play straight up like say you're trying to play straight up 10, your body, because there's about 7 boards from the center of your face to your shoulder, you have to slide that much to the left in order to even play straight up a board. So if you want to play straight up 10, your feet have to slide on 17 to get the ball to hit 10 and never go right of 10 at any point. Okay, so, but what if you want to get the ball to go right of that? So the rule is for every board you move your feet left, the ball will travel 2 more boards to the right. So if we want to go, say, 10 to 8, we want a 2-board belly in there. Now we have to take the distance or the difference between the 2 places we want it to go. So from 10 to 8, there's 2 boards difference. We know that for every 1 board we move left, it's going to travel 2 to the right. So all we're going to do is take the difference of where we want it to go from point A to point B, which is 2 boards, and cut it in half. So we just need to move 1 more board to the left. So if we wanted to go from 10 to 8 down lane, we actually have to slide on 18 with our feet. If we hit 10, it's going to travel 2 boards to the right down lane, and it won't go any further than 2 boards right down lane. As long as our launch angles are right, our body's in the right position, but we're kind of putting that on our practice. As long as we practice and we know where the ball's going to go off of our hand, we can line up properly every time, and we can get rid of that drift. So this all comes into play based on how much you walk left or right. So if you know you naturally walk 2 boards to the left, obviously you have to take that into consideration and start 2 boards further, so you would start on 16 instead of 18. I'll go more into details on this, but I really wanted you guys, I'll make another video for this, but I wanted you guys to be able to at least understand why you walk left or right, and it's because of the perception from the back part of the lane to what you see once you get to the line. So you start to walk back towards your target because your mind is saying, wow, if I stay right here, it's gonna go way right, and it's never gonna get to where I want it to actually get to. So you actually have to walk back into it to get the ball back on path. So I hope this helps. Make sure you go and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you head over to Turbo 201 Grips page and subscribe over there. And if you're not in the Mug Club yet, you need to go sign up for the Mug Club. Go over to lifestractioncontrol.com, sign up for the Mug Club, get yourself a mug. The first podcast is tonight, and we will send you an email as soon as you sign up with exactly how you can sign into that, and we will see you guys there. So until next time, make sure you do all those things, and we'll take care of it. But we'll see you guys later, okay? Thanks.